Hello. So today we're going to talk about the difference between the elements of our shape and form. Right now we're looking at shape. Shape is an enclosed space determined by line, color, value, and or texture. We know that a shape is 2D and it's flat. Okay, so think of it like your piece of paper. It's rectangular shape. It's very flat, it's thin. Okay. We have geometric shapes, squares, triangles, circles, and we have free-form shapes. Like if I go outside and pick a leaf off the ground, it's a natural flat shape. Form is three-dimensional. When we look at forms, we know they enclose volume, all right? And we call this sculpture in the round. This ink pen that I'm holding right here, I can see all sides of it, I can feel it. This is sculpture in the round. It's a three-dimensional object. We have two kinds of forms. We can have geometric forms like cubes, spheres, pyramids, cylinders. There's all kinds of geometric forms we can talk about. And we have, and they really do say this, a free form form. We are a free form form. People, plants, animals, we are natural. We're three-dimensional and we're natural. So we are free form forms. What we're going to do today is our basic form drawings. So you're going to need a clean sheet of paper. Go ahead and put your name on your paper. And over here, I'm going to put shape. Right next to it, I have form, and I have all this room over here for drawing. Everything that I put on this paper, you need to include in your drawing because it is something you're going to turn into me. And I need to see every step on your paper. So if I put a square with a 1 in it, you put a square with a 1 in it. If I draw the square again and put a 2 in it, you do the same thing. So everything I put here is what you're going to be drawing so that you can learn how to draw basic form drawings. The first shape we will look at is a square. We all know that a square can become a cube. So step 1, draw your square, put a 1 in it. Step 2, and yes, you really do have to draw this all over again. I need to see every step on your paper. If you look, you'll see that I put a diagonal line here in the bottom right corner and brought it out. Step 3, I'm going to come here to the top right with a diagonal line. Both of these diagonals are the same. They're going in the same direction. Step 4, come here to the top left with the diagonal line. All three of these diagonals here are the same. Step 5, diagonal, diagonal, diagonal. This is a horizontal line. This must be a horizontal line. Step 6, diagonal, 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 horizontal. This is a vertical line. This must be a vertical line. Okay? Once you can draw your cube that way, you should be able to draw it coming in the other direction as well. Okay? So that is the cube. It's basic. It has 6 steps. Let's go ahead and look at the triangle. The triangle can become a lot of different things. Okay? Think about that for a second, what all the triangle can become. We know that it can become a pyramid. So let's look at a 4-sided pyramid first. We have our triangle. Step 1. We're going to take our triangle, and in the bottom right corner, bring out a diagonal line. Look at the direction the diagonal line is going in. Step 3, I'm going to connect this diagonal line. So, believe it or not, this is a 4-sided pyramid. If this was made out of glass and we looked at it, we would see that the base of the pyramid has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So the base equals 4 sides. All right? 4-sided pyramid. Next, we have a 3-sided pyramid. Now guys, remember, you can always pause and rewind these videos whenever you need to. We are going to start out with an upside down V, or an A without a line. Let me get that all messed up. So we have this upside down V here. We're going to take that with a vertical line and bring it down. Now guys, notice I brought the line past this point and past this point here. Okay? It's going to come past it. On step 3, and this is where some people make mistakes, this must be diagonal. Do not take it horizontal. If you take it horizontal, it'll look flat. You have to slant this down. On step 4, we connect over here with the diagonal, and this is a 3-sided pyramid. Because if this was made out of glass, you would see that the base had 1, 2, 3 sides. So the base has 3 sides. Okay? 3-sided pyramid. Let's look at the prism next. The prism can become a tent or a wedge. Okay? It has the same steps. So let's go ahead and look at the prism. We're going to start out with our triangle for step 1. On step 2, we're going to come to this bottom right corner with a long diagonal line. Look at the direction it's going in. Okay? On step 3, we're going to come up here with a long diagonal line. Both of these are going in the same direction. Step 4, we are going to connect here with a diagonal line. So these 2 diagonals are the same, these 2 diagonals are the same. Now, once you can draw your triangular prism this way, or a tent, okay? Once you can take it that way, we know that we can draw it going in the other direction as well. You can also change your triangle. So what if I had an obtuse triangle instead? I can follow those same steps and create a ramp or a wedge. I can make this smaller, like a little wedge of cheese to put on a mousetrap, you know? So just giving you guys some ideas right there. So that is the triangular prism. The triangle can still become something else, so think about it for a second. What would that next thing be? So I like to eat my ice cream out of a cone, okay? So if I want to draw the cone, first I'm going to start with my upside down V, or an A without a line for step 1. A cone is a round object, so if I have this right here and I want it to look round, I'm going to have to use a curved line. That is my cone. But what if I want to draw it the other direction so that I could actually put ice cream in it? So let's look at that. Start with a curved line like this, like you have a smile. Take that and put a curve on top like a frown. So I have a smile and a frown. And now I'm going to bring a diagonal line. Okay. Here is the smile, the frown, diagonal, and diagonal. So that is a cone. You can easily take that and draw it laying on its side. Okay, you can take it going in the other direction as well. You can even make it look like you're going to be able to eat ice cream. If I have a dramatic curve right here, like a cave opening, slight curve right here. And give it a nice little waffle cone look. I like mint chocolate chip. Okay, I can also, if I wanted to, we can take this and make it look like a double scoop. I don't know if I can eat a double scoop. I could try. I like my sweets. You can even put a cherry on top. Okay, so you can have fun with something like that. Now, the next shape is going to be the rectangle. And guys, don't forget, you can go back and pause and rewind anytime that you need to on these videos. Okay, pause, rewind, re-look at it, try it again. It's at your pace, okay? So, the rectangle, it can become a rectangular prism. What you're going to notice is it's the same steps we have on a cube. So, step 1, here's my rectangle. Step 2, I'm going to come to this bottom right corner with a diagonal line. Again, notice the slant. Step 3, diagonal line. I come to this top right corner, diagonal line. Both of these are the same. Step 4, diagonal, diagonal, diagonal. So all 3 of these are the same direction. Step 5, diagonal, diagonal, diagonal. This is horizontal here. This must be horizontal here. Okay? Step 6, diagonal, 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 horizontal. This is vertical here. This must be vertical here. Once you have that rectangular prism, we can take this in different directions. So we've just saw that we can take this box standing and we can see the right side. We could have it standing and we could see the left side. You could lay it flat and see the right side. You could lay it flat and see this left. What if I wanted to make something look kind of like a pizza box? I can just bring this out even longer. Okay, so once you figure that out, you can see it's the same steps as the cube, and you can change your rectangle. The rectangular prism is one way to do the rectangle, but there is one other three-dimensional form that we tie in with the rectangle, and I know it seems kind of strange at first, but that's the cylinder. If you've ever taken a water bottle and you've squished it down horizontally instead of vertically, it has a bit of that rectangular shape to it. So let's go ahead and look at the cylinder. Step 1, we have a curved line like a smile. Step 2, we take the curved line and put a curve on top like a frown. So again, we're getting that little flat eyeball kind of shape. So we have our curves. We'll bring down a vertical line. Here's our curves. Vertical and vertical here. Here's the curves. Vertical, vertical. And this is where some people kind of make mistakes. This is curved here. It has to be curved here. If you go horizontal across, it'll look like an upside down Capri Sun. It's going to look flat. It's not going to look correct. So when I have something like this, this is solid, like a can of soup, okay, or a Coke can, a soda can. So I could take that and lay it on its side, following the same steps. I can make it smaller, like a little can of cat food or dog food. We can bend it, like the macaroni noodle. Some of you guys might remember that from last year. So this is solid. When something is opaque, that means that it's solid. We cannot see through it. Then your can will look like this. But what if I have a glass? All right. So if I have something that's transparent, like it's clear, it's see-through, then we will see this right here. Okay, a lot of people want to draw this extra line, but the truth is, if you were drawing a can of soup, you're not going to see inside it. So you're not supposed to have this line if it's solid. But if it was a glass, we would see this right here, okay? Think about it like if you had a glass of milk or a glass of water. If I've had you in the past, we've discussed this before. If I had a glass of water, I can see through the water. Here's the glass line, here's the water line. But if I had a glass of milk, I can see the milk line, but I can't see the glass line. And then we've talked about refraction before, just kind of a review. Some of you guys might remember, we've discussed this before. If I had a liquid here and I put a straw in it here, with refraction and how the light bends things, we could see that the straw would look separated and enlarged in the water. But that's stuff that we've talked about in the past. We might hit back on it later this trimester, we'll see. So just giving you guys a few little ideas here of some things that we have practiced before. These form drawings, like I said, you can go back, you can pause, you can rewind. You do need to show me every step in your drawings, which means I have to see 1, 2, 3. I got to see every step. And then you will photograph those and email it to me, or you can use Google Docs and send it to me that way. Please remember what I said. Do not send it to me through Google Classroom. They don't always upload correctly. So email it or Google Docs, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.